A weekend full of basketball here in South St. Pete. We're at Lakewood High School where the Spartans host the Atlantic Sharks and the Lakewood Breast Cancer Shootout on Bright House Sports Network. Hello everybody, welcome to the broadcast alongside former Jefferson head girls basketball coach Tom Mosca. I'm Drew Felios. Tonight it's Lakewood hosting Atlantic, two teams, Tom, that could very well threaten for state championships.
Yes, Drew, they've got the history going back, especially Lakewood. All the athletes and up and down the floor. It'd be a great run tonight.
All right, let's talk about this Atlantic team, Tom. They sport the top player in the state of Florida. I want you to tell us about Ronnie Williams.
Ronnie Williams, 6'2", so pretty much unstoppable inside. As a career, she's headed to the University of Florida, SEC basketball. It doesn't get any better than that.
And then from Williams, we go to Destiny Woodard. She is a sharpshooter number 2.
She's the player that'll prevent Lakewood from double teaming down inside and taking away the inside game.
Let's talk about this Lakewood team now. They won a state title back in 2011 when Tiana Alvarado was a sophomore. Today she's a senior and she's playing lights out.
She's playing well. There's a lot of pressure on her. I think coach is looking for her to be the senior leader to get them back.
Alvarado will give a big punch for Lakewood. Then there's Alexis Ungro, who was under the weather a little bit this week. She will play today.
Yes, and she's the floor general. She leads them, gets them set up, gets them into the offense transition. Great player.
All right, this should be an outstanding basketball game. Our Central Florida viewing area against our Tampa Bay area. With Atlantic taking on Lakewood. We've got the tip-off next on Bright House Sports Network.
The Bright House Sports Network Game of the Week is presented by Subway Restaurants. Stop by Subway this January for the new Savory Turkey and Bacon Melt today. Subway, eat fresh.
So we are ready for basketball tonight at Lakewood as the Spartans take on the Atlantic Sharks. There's your starting lineups for Atlantic. You've got Destiny Woodard, Lexus Sneed, Dee Gillard, Santasia Howard, and Ronnie Williams, the player we talked about in the open. And for Lakewood, Alvarado will get it done. She's the forward wearing number 13. Deja Swinton gets the start tonight at point guard. Also, Sienna Allen is somebody that we are going to be calling a lot. She is just a freshman for the Spartans. As the tip is going to be won by Lakewood. And Tom Mosca, the thing that we immediately noticed from Lakewood, the pink uniforms.
This is all about honoring breast cancer, and they do a great job of promoting it here. Coach Tunsil just awesome on top.
So Santasia Howard wearing number 23, handling it. They try and punch it inside, and this ball's knocked away. Dee Gillard now with it for Atlantic. First shot of the game, just long. Nearly poked away, and they say it's not an over and back. Ronnie Williams. Her first shot is off. Tiana Alvarado with the strong rebound. Alexis Ungro with the basketball right now, a transfer from Boca Ciega. She has fit into Lakewood's plans very nicely as a three-pointer off the glass. Deja Swinton on the board for Lakewood.
Drew, it looks like Atlantic's playing a box and one on Alvarado. They're just trying to keep her from getting the ball.
Atlantic team never won a state championship. That is the goal this year. Got the top player in the state. That is why it is a goal, because they have worked and worked and worked. George Butts' program has taken steps year after year, but still looking for that elusive goal. There's a shot up and in. Sienna Allen scores for the Spartans.
Drew, Atlantic's been down the floor 3 times, and Ronnie Williams has yet to touch the ball down on the block. Her strength playing inside, she needs to have the ball inside the 6 to 8 foot range.
That shot just off, so Williams now 0 for 2 from the field. And it is out of bounds. Those team colors standing out tonight in this breast cancer shootout. Wonder how many times you wear those per season, Tom? You wear them
Once
a few
year.
times?
Once a year, maybe twice.
Still definitely worth it, right?
Absolutely.
Shot inside by Ungro, no good. Here comes Atlantic. D. Gillard ahead of the pack. Shantasia Howard able to regather the ball inside, and she swooped it up near that baseline and drew a foul.
But that was a great outlet pass by Ronnie Williams right from the start, coming down. Her feet hadn't hit the floor yet before she got the ball up the floor. The guards just kind of lost the handle on it.
There's George Butts, his 18th season as the head coach at Atlantic High School. He's been in the school system, though, 25 years. Right now is a campus advisor at Atlantic. Says it's basically like security for the school.
Well, you know, we need more people like that to make our schools safe.
That's for sure. So Shantasia Howard makes the second free throw, and it's 5-1. Lakewood team had the great run back in 2011. That's blocked out of the air by Williams. Now a scuffle underneath, and coming out of there with it was Howard. 2-on-1 now. Ungro able to cut off the break. Traveling.
It's one of the calls that you see all the time. Players get it. They take the ball from one side of the floor and they try to go to the other side. They lead with that step and they lift their back foot before they put the ball on the floor, and it's a travel.
Nicole Tunsil's been at Lakewood 9 seasons. She was a star here in Spartans country back in the day. In the late 80s, went on to play at Iowa as Alexis Ungro, the senior, averaging just over 14 points a game, scores.
Yeah, Nicole Tunsil, All-American here back in the day.
You remember her as a player, don't you?
Absolutely.
Nice scoop shot. Shantasia Howard has all 3 points for Atlantic. That's a three-pointer.
Alvarado.
Tiana Alvarado knocks it down. And a timeout's going to be called by Atlantic. They want to address that really quick.
Yeah, 30-second timeout. Lakewood got the ball to Alvarado, and I know coach over there at Port Atlantic is not happy because their whole objective right now, playing the box and one, is to keep between the ball and Tiana Alvarado. Don't let her get the ball. Play in the passing lanes.
Nicole Tunsil, boy, was she a heck of a player back in the late 80s. Tell us about some of those old stories.
She was, and Andy Landers at the University of Georgia, a great friend of mine.
There she is wearing number 21, just to point her out
correctly.
correctly.
That's what she looked
right
like.
There.
He called me up and he said, I need you to go see this player. He was a point guard at Largo. And he kept getting a film and a letter from the kid, and he said, just tell me what you think. So I went over there and came back, and I called him the next day. I said, I don't know who sent you that information. You're looking at the wrong player. Tunsil scored 50 as a freshman.
Oh, goodness. Had a great career at Iowa, Big Ten, all first team in 1994. Played for Vivian Stringer, the legendary women's basketball coach who is now at Rutgers. Howard tries to pull up. That's off the rim. And the rebound try by Ronnie Williams was too strong, and a foul underneath.
Ronnie Williams is relentless, and this is something that you really can't teach players to do. Go to the offensive boards. She just came from the middle of the floor, right side, got the rebound, put it back up, and got fouled.
So Ronnie Williams at the line shooting a couple. Williams headed to the University of Florida, and she picked the Gators over Baylor, FSU, Georgia, and Tennessee. She had her pick.
That's good company, and you know the Gators got to be happy. And one of the things in recruiting is you try to keep the best kids in state. You don't want to let them go north of the line.
There's the numbers on the season, averaging a double-double.
An important thing is that she's 2.9 assists per game. She's not afraid to give the ball up.
That ball blocked. D. Gillard on the recovery. Here comes Williams. Nice dish.
There it is.
And a foul's going to be called. Alexis Sneed went up with it. On that play, though, right there, do you want to see Williams maybe pull up and take that shot right there?
Yeah, I think she got in a little bit too deep, but she still, the key is she saw the open player and was trying to make the dish for the layup. And if you're a teammate, you know, you really appreciate that. If you're open and the person with the ball sees you, gives it to you when you know she can pull up and shoot it.
Here is Alexis Sneed, 5'6" guard. Coach Butts said that he saw her running track one day, went out and said, young lady, you need to come out and play basketball. But she said, Coach, I've never played basketball in my entire life, never even picked it up. He convinced her to come out. She's been working on her game the past 3 years, and here she is in the starting lineup tonight.
The game of basketball is all about athletes, and you don't necessarily have to be a great shooter. You can play defense. You can just be a good teammate.
Ungro nearly had her pocket picked, and she did. Dee Gillard came away with it. But now the Spartans get it back. And a traveling is going to be called. As our officials tonight, Terry Brown just made that call. Also, Terry Jones, rather, and Chris Brown, the officials. Chris Brown right now at half court. There's Terry Jones right there. Spartans on the attack again. Alvarado pulls up and knocks it down.
They're not doing a very good job getting back in transition and picking her up. She was very, very comfortable taking that shot.
That was a smooth looking stroke, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Destiny Woodard takes it to the goal, and she'll shoot a couple.
You know, the fact that you have somebody like Ronnie Williams in there where they're bringing her out away from the basket, and that opens it up for the guards to take the ball to the basket. You can't really help. If you come off of Ronnie Williams and they give it to her, she's going to stop and pop it.
So here is Woodard at the line. Log on to BHSN.com for the Athlete of the Week. Each week, Bright House Sports Network honors a student that excels on and off the field. That's the Athlete of the Week, BHSN.com. Bright House Sports Network is your home for high school sports. Second free throw on the way, and early on, Atlantic has struggled at the charity stripe.
Yes, they have, and then you come down to the end of the game, and you know, a lot of times in a tight game, they say, well, this play cost us or that play. No, all through the game, you make free throws and you don't turn the ball over. You have opportunities. It isn't just that last play at the end of the game.
So Atlantic, their biggest win this year against DeLand High School, 63-60. That was back on December 14th. There you see one of the big reasons why Ronnie Williams gets her first field goal.
Atlantic's doing a better job of keeping Alvarado out of the play.
Ungro kicks it out. Spartans pass up the shot. Swinton just short. Here comes Williams again. Ronnie Williams slows it up. Now her team will set up the offense. Go to the goal with it. Leave it short. Sienna Allen, good defense. Good ball movement. Alvarado tees it up. A little bit long. And threw it away. This is going to be a backcourt.
Defensive mistake. Nobody blocked Alvarado out on the shot. She follows, gets her own rebound, gives them another possession.
As we're watching Lakewood tonight, Tom, it's not just the uniforms. How about the shoes that the Spartans are sporting?
It's like Oregon, University of Oregon. I wonder if they have 51 different combinations of uniforms.
All fluorescent for the Spartans. Here's Williams. Her career high, 46 points. And that's out of bounds. Lakewood basketball.
46 is a lot of points in a game. I don't care who you're playing. You got to be able to put the ball in the basket. Got to make a lot of shots.
Absolutely. Sydney Hayward right now into the game for the Spartans. She's wearing number 3. Alvarado tried to pull up, but Williams got a piece.
Boy, that was 2 Division I's going head to head. Ronnie Williams came out on top with the big block.
Dee Gillard's going to draw a foul. Alvarado had her shot sent back here.
Well, the University of Florida is going to love this. I'm telling you, she's 6'2". She gets up. Not only that, she takes the ball and she starts it down the floor on the dribble.
So Dee Gillard at the line for Atlantic. First free throw good. Gillard, a defensive specialist. As substitution, Desiree Robinson comes in for Atlantic. Ronnie Williams goes to the bench to take a rest. There's the numbers on Gillard. All championship teams need a lockdown defender, and that's what Gillard is for Atlantic.
Absolutely. You know, I look at sometimes when you're playing this box and one, you have a tendency when you're playing the one, the tendency to help off to the ball, which is normal in a five-man set. You want to help to the ball. In this case, if I were the coach, I would say, don't even turn around. Just stay out there with it.
Ungro leaves it off, wide open. Sienna Allen, her shot misses. Tried to save it. Ungro came up with it. Nice pass, but it was swatted out of the arms of Felicia Flowers. Spartans will keep it.
Sienna Allen and Alexis Ungro, coaches, has said that they need to pick up the slack while they're missing Casey Drayton for the last 3 weeks.
And Drayton with a thumb problem. The injured thumb has kept her out a month, and it's plays like that you wish you had Casey Drayton on the floor.
Well, not only that, you want to give your players off the bench some experience. If you're going to go deep into the playoffs, it's not just a 5-player game. You got to, foul trouble, things like that. Kids get tired, they need a breather. You got to have some that can come off the bench.
Take it right down the lane. Ungro with the block. Toss it down low. Nice pass and a finish by Sienna Allen.
Nice entry pass down to the block. Player playing defensively on the top side. Got the baseline lob.
Sienna Allen, her confidence growing by the day. She is only a freshman. Woodard trying to weave her way inside. Missed. Allen trying to come up with the board.
Woodard looks a little frustrated. She just can't kind of get into a rhythm right now.
Traveling.
There's that step.
Alexis Sneed whistled on the infraction. So final seconds of this first quarter. Lakewood in the pink and Atlantic in the all white. Entertaining start we've had here today. Ungro gonna have to hurry it up here. It's going to go over to Atlantic, so a chance for the last shot for the Sharks.
Atlantic put a little pressure that time, full court 2-2-1. Nothing trapping or aggressive, just to try to slow the ball down.
So we've played one here at Lakewood High School. Spartans lead 15-9. Tiana Alvarado has come out shooting tonight on the Bright Out Sports Network Game of the Week.
The Bright House Sports Network Game of the Week is presented by Subway Restaurants. Stop by Subway this January for the new Savory Turkey and Bacon Melt today. Subway, eat fresh.
Well, this is the time of year when there was no better place than right here in the Tampa Bay area.
I missed it for 2 years living in Colorado Springs, and I'd rather have 60 degrees. The weatherman says it's cold. You just saw it. I'd rather have that sunshine and 60 degrees anytime. Alongside
former Jefferson girls basketball coach Tom Mosca, I'm Drew Felios. Great to have you with us tonight. Lakewood and Atlantic. In a sense, it's East Coast versus West Coast in the state of Florida. Deja Swinton trying to penetrate the defense. Here comes Ronnie Williams. Nice step through, and she puts it in off the glass.
Big time athletic move in transition. Took her time, slowed down a little bit, got under control, finished strong for the basket.
How about that body control through traffic?
At 6'2", that's awful tough to do.
Sydney Hayward comes in the game for Lakewood, and Deja Swinton will have a seat. Swinton, just a sophomore, transferred into Lakewood has played well, got the start tonight, as Coach Tunsil still trying to find that perfect mix for the postseason.
She needs a little bit of depth. I think that if they're going to make that run long like they did 2 years ago to win the state championship, you got to have the 6th and 7th, maybe 8th player that are going to be strong for you. They have to be like starters.
This Lakewood team, though, Tom, has only played 4 games with their entire team intact. They have been hampered by injuries all season long.
Sometimes that works against you. You just don't have that rhythm and that chemistry.
Hayward, too strong, got her own rebound back, shot again. It's out to Alvarado this time, and she misses. Williams winds up with it. Ronnie Williams, 17-footer too strong. Alvarado coming back. Here's those two again going at each other. Alvarado couldn't hit, and Williams holds it again.
Sometimes you wonder when you have a great player like Williams, do you give her the green light to shoot anytime? Or do you, with her skill at 6'2", get down on the block?
That's a traveling.
Defensively, Lakewood's at a definite disadvantage. There's nobody that can guard her at 6'2" down on the block.
Well, you mentioned Ronnie Williams. She is 6'2", one of the biggest players right now, the biggest player on the court, but she's not a center. She's a guard. So do you stress trying to keep her outside, Tom, or do you try and post her up?
In college, she'll probably be a 3-4 because she can play with her, facing the basket, and she can also play outside and dribble, penetrate, handle the ball, and shoot the ball from 12 to 15 feet.
Spartans right now take a little air out of the basketball. Alvarado pulls up.
That was a nice patient offense for Lakewood. They knew where they were going to get the ball back to Alvarado. Atlantic has gone away from the box and won. Get the ball to your best player.
Ten points so far for Tiana Alvarado. She's got 10 of the 17. Woodard off the front iron. Numbers 2-on-1. Alvarado will take that herself.
All the way, number 13, Tiana Alvarado.
You just wonder, you put so much pressure on a player throughout the game. By the end of the game, is she worn down? Can she handle it if it's going to be a close game? Is she still got the energy left? And Alvarado playing tough up defense on Ronnie Williams.
And a 3-second call. So Lakewood will take over offensively. So 8-point game, Spartans on top. That state championship in 2011 for this Spartans program really validated girls basketball here at Lakewood. Coach Tunsil says kids come to the school, they want to be a part of the program. Said we're not just a one team, we are a true program now. That's what a title does for you.
Well, that's what winning does, and it it just breeds and it just multiplies. Kids want to be a part of that. I think parents want their kids to be a part of that, and a chance for a scholarship.
Even with the A classifications too, it is so difficult to win a state championship. Nice crossover move. Sienna Allen puts it in.
Very seldom do you see in the final 4 of a classification, do you see the 4 best teams in that classification get to the final 4. The way it works out, a lot of times you have to play a team twice in regular season, then again in the district. Then you might win the district or lose the district and have to work your way back and see them a 4th time to get to the final 4.
Bank shot by Shantasia Howard. So she's got 5 points tonight. Surprised right now at the outcome so far, how Lakewood has been able to really defend their home court?
Yeah, a little bit. I think, again, this is coaching choice, and that was my point about playing Ronnie Williams outside. I'd be getting the ball down and pounding it inside to her, make her draw the fouls, and make her just stop me first.
Atlantic team has played a very tough schedule this year. Teams like Leesburg and Father Lopez and Kingsford. They have entered some of the top tournaments in the country, and there you see, Tom, they try to go down low to Williams, and she draws a foul.
That time they ran a nice little set where they tried to get Ronnie Williams to pop out, take the pass, screen back down, and get the guard to switch. And Lakewood's doing a good job of not switching and getting through the screen.
Bump fake. Going to the goal. Alexis Sneed lost it. So Sienna Allen getting some good minutes in this first half for Lakewood. From the corner, three-pointer is good by Deja Swinton. And a timeout going to be called by Atlantic as the Spartans continue to click on all cylinders, and they've opened up a 10-point lead.
Deja Swinton wide open, just stepped up and didn't hesitate at all. Nobody guarding her, and you know what? That's a great thing when you can step and knock down that shot. It wasn't a three, and an interesting thing is that she didn't look down at where her feet were. She just said, I'm open, I'm going to shoot it.
Well, Bright House Sports Network wants to help you pay for college. Just log on to bhsn.com, learn more about the David Logan Scholarship. If you excel in athletics and academics, apply now for the David Logan Scholarship online at bhsn.com. Tom, we give out thousands of dollars year after year to the top high school student athletes in our viewing area. Really a tremendous thing.
It is. When I was working at Jefferson, I was in guidance as a guidance resource person. And we always had those applications and tried to get as many of our kids